to go out and see if I can find what is the ultimate solution. Here he is. Here's I want to say in introducing Jesse Johnson, he of course is a candidate of the Mountain Party, and the Mountain Party will be easy to vote for in November because the Mountain Party, you don't have to be a member of the Mountain Party to vote for Jesse Johnson. He'll be on the ballot just like everybody else. But even more important, here's a person whose record is so strong against mountaintop removal, but also he doesn't have a handicap. I have two handicaps. Number one, I'm not a native West Virginian. I was born up in New York State. Jesse Johnson is a native West Virginian. He was born in West Virginia. But even more important, Jesse, tell me your age.
I'm 51.
It's 51 years old. Compare that with a 95-year-old, and you'll see why you're going to have a huge outpouring of support for Jesse Johnson.
I want to thank Dr., Major, Secretary, Congressman Ken Hechler, and your friend, and my friend, and to all of us, he's Ken, and Ken can do. I do want to say that time for change has come to West Virginia. Senator Robert C. Byrd knew that. He knew that the only constant is change. It's time for business as usual to be over. Business as usual is destroying business in this state and in this nation, the quality of life for its residents and its taxpayers. Business as usual is destroying government that is making the compromises for business that is not in the best interest of the people of this state and of this nation.
Also politics as usual.
And politics as usual, indeed. So I ask you, if not now, when? When do we wake up and realize that this is the 21st century? And we cannot live a life embedded in the 19th century, which was the British Empire's coal century. Now, coal is king, but West Virginia is almost heaven. West Virginia is the mountain state. And let's keep it that way. So the first thing that I want to say is that from the fighting 32nd District of Northern Kanawha County, which is where I come from, to the southern coal fields of West Virginia, and you miners know what that means, to the eastern panhandle, to the northern panhandle, we are about to wage the greatest ground war of a movement of change for the future of this state and of this nation. And it's made up of the forces of you, the people of West Virginia. Time of change has come. Robert C. Byrd knew that. A Democratic icon knew that and knows that, and that's why we're here. It's time for the people of this state and of this nation to realize that they have within their own hands, their own minds, to take back their government, to take back their businesses, to grow them.
I was reading this morning that there's a possibility of debates to be planned between Manchin, Raese, also involving yourself and the Constitution Party candidate. Just for this event, would you participate in those debates, and do you foresee those debates happening with all of the candidates on the ballot?
Well, I have long believed in debates. They're not for those who are running for office. They're for the people. They're for the voter. They're for the citizen. Debates are about a confluence of ideas coming together and being presented before the public so that they may make up their own minds as to what direction they want to go in the future. I have fought and sued and begged, frankly, to be in the debates. I know that I was contacted by a reporter yesterday telling me much of what you just said, that both the two major parties were all for my being included. Well, I've also had personal assurances from them that, that they wanted me included. But the fact of the matter is, what debate will that be, and how will it be brought to the public in this state? And I would guess that it probably will be the West Virginia Broadcasters Association, who has kept me out of debates before, who I've had to sue to get into their debate, which they classify as a news event. But it's not news, so therefore they can choose who they want to include.
It would be a violation of the First Amendment, the freedom of speech clause, and the First Amendment to the Constitution to exclude you from that debate. And I think that is a constitutional issue that could go all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. And I think it's an issue that would be very hard for the Charleston Gazette, for example, to dodge because of its strong belief in freedom of speech.
Yes. I challenge.
Energy Secretary Stephen Chu will be at University of Charleston this evening, along with Senator Jay Rockefeller, to talk about coal and cap and trade and CSS and related issues. Governor Manchin is traveling to Colorado to meet with industry officials in energy, coal, and gas. Do you have plans to attend this evening's event?
Yes, I hope to attend that. After this, I actually have I'll be on a radio show, a national radio show that broadcasts out of Phoenix. But I do hope to attend to that. And in regards to cap and trade, I personally, I've said this repeatedly, and all three of us, the governor and Raese, that I know of are against cap and trade, but for very, very different reasons. I, unlike them, say there's not enough cap, and that's the real problem. But I'm very concerned about the trade part of that, which creates a brand new unregulated market. And it's an unregulated market for giant industries. It's almost like a casino. And when you have that, you have, when we try to envision what that could do, it's not that hard, because all we have to do is look at the derivative market that didn't even exist 20 years ago. And now the debt of it is larger than the entire global debt. And so what has been created is a monster that is bankrupting this country and others. And so I really don't think that creating a new unregulated market, once again, is the answer. I think that, well, I thank you all for being here, and let's start a revolution.